A lot of people think that it will become something like the product builder, and then PMs will merge with engineer. I call that one word: bullshit. What's happening right now? Everyone is telling you you have to learn AI. And a lot of people are saying that the role of product managers won't exist within the next few years. How true is that? Nobody really knows. There's a lot of things that PMs have to do. For example, marketing, understanding customers, and also understanding the business. And all of this, it's not only about building. And this challenge has been the same for many, many decades. A lot of people right now are asking you to do AI, to learn Evals, agentic AI, orchestration, all of the things. I'm gonna ask you to do something else. Why? Because the hard thing is not about delivering. If you deliver the perfect solution for the wrong problem, it's still wrong. If you create the wrong solution for the right problem, it is still wrong. What you have to do is to understand customers. A lot of people are forgetting about it. I think the world is going nuts at this moment. Why do I say that? Have you ever seen something like this? People create things completely behind computer. What they do is the following. They create synthetic users, and then AI checks what you're trying to do against synthetic users, and then AI will write the feedback, and then AI will analyze that and will define what should go to your backlog, iterate, and so on. So it's machine talking to machine. But who is going to use your product? That's another thing. Here's my recommendation for you. You've got to read this book here, The Design of Everyday Things by Don Norman. And why am I telling you that? This is a comprehensive book. It's about 300 pages. Don Norman wrote that in 1988, and then he reviewed in 2013. 1988 was great. Of course it is great. 1988 is the year I was born, my favorite year. Apart from the joke, the first version was the psychology of everyday things, and Don Norman was talking about the challenge of product. The new version is more related to our current situation. There are a few things I want to share with you that you should know about. The first thing is technology moves fast, but we humans, we don't. It takes a lot of time for us to adapt. And this is something a lot of people are missing right now. What is happening is people are using AI to create a lot of features that nobody cares. Some people tell me, David, we have been shipping more than ever, but our numbers are not changing. What should I do? More people ask me, how do I activate my customers? They ignore our new features. The thing is, you don't start with the features. You should have never started with. One thing very interesting. Have you ever heard about the term featureism? This is a term from 1960. It was created by Robin Boyd. What he said was the following: people are decorating their buildings with things that don't belong there. He wrote The Australian Ugliness, and that's where he coined the term featureism. And that became norm for physical products. You create a product, people start using, competitors will copy you, then you need to create another feature, then competitors will copy you again, and then you keep bloating your product to a point you have no idea what it is. Are you doubting me? Look at remote controls. If you want to lower the volume, it's hard to find where it is. What about your microwave? Probably you have 17 programs, and the only goddamn thing you want to do is to heat up your food. Now, why am I recommend you to read The Design of Everyday Things? It's a book of 2013. You might have in your mind, I should be learning about evals, loops, and everything everyone is telling me about AI. If everyone is doing the same and they use the same tools, what is your differentiation? Today, people are ignoring customers. Today, they are ignoring something that has been ignored for a long time. Don Norman wrote in his book something very interesting. Any project you start, the moment you kick off, you are over budget, behind the timeline. And the reason is very simple. In the past, it took very long to deliver things. But this is not the excuse anymore. And yet, who is talking to customers? Be honest. When was the last time you observed customer? This is a key thing that people are not doing. They keep creating solutions from the office or from their home office behind the screen. And if you ask them, when did you observe customers? When did you interact with them? That's something that's not happening. And what is the excuse right now? There's no real excuse. If you're serious about product, I ask you to do one thing. Get out Observe your customers, understand their real constraints, the real scenario, not the world you imagine, not the world your synthetic users are doing for you. Now, am I telling you to ignore AI altogether? No, I'm not telling you that. What I am trying to tell you is the following. If your foundations are weak, it doesn't matter what you do with AI. It will amplify weak foundations. For example, creating products without talking to customers is relying on luck. You don't want to do that. If you use AI to rely on luck, well, you will just try relying on luck faster. If you interact with customers and you identify which problems are worth solving, I'm going to repeat, worth solving, these are the ones that you should spend your time. Not all problems deserve your attention. And then once you identify these problems, it's time to experiment. For a long time, I have been advocating to try multiple solutions for the same problem. Teresa Torres wrote that on her book, Continuous Product Discovery. And yet, people start with a solution, create with AI, and go all in. So my recommendation for you, take this book, be serious about it. Read it cover to cover. I do know a lot of people are not going to read it cover to cover. It's too big. You're going to probably use one of the LLMs to summarize it for you. Then you're not being serious about your journey. And why am I recommending you that? Most people are trying to learn AI right now. Most people are trying to become the product builder or the AI product manager. But who is really trying to become the product manager that maximizes value? Who is really trying to understand how you connect customer needs with business value? This is the one that will stand out. And to know that, you will have to level up your customer skills. Not a lot of people are doing that. And this is a particular reason I do recommend you to do that. Most people go with the hype. You remember, there is a very famous quote from Warren Buffett. When the room is crowded, you should be afraid. Don't enter that. When it's empty, enter there. The room that is crowded right now is the AI room. Everyone is there. The room that is really empty is the room learning about customers. Here are a few things that you're going to get from the book. You will learn what true observability means. You will learn design principles that people keep ignoring. Look at the products you create, the products you use, how intuitive they are. This is about discoverability. How do you find the functions and how you understand how to use them? And you have about the signifiers that show you where the functions are. Everyone knows about feedback, but what about feed forward, which is the next thing you should be doing? And what about the mapping of controls? Look at your stoves. Do you quickly understand what it is? And the thing is very simple. If people don't figure out how to use your product, the users are not the problem, the design is. And the question is, who cares about design? Today, people are shifting these decisions to AI. The serious teams will have product designers. In the future, I do believe there will be an overlap of roles. And I do believe that the product managers that will stay relevant will have the following skills. You master communication. You understand what matters and what doesn't. You will understand design and you will understand business, knowing that you understand the market inside out and you know how to position your product. And then you're going to use AI as means, not as end. The question is, are you doing that right now? If you're not, you know what to do. If you like this kind of content, subscribe and you're going to get more insights from untrapping product teams. I'm curious, what else would you like to learn? Share with me and I will consider for the upcoming videos. Let's keep untrapping product teams together.